Good afternoon, sisters and brothers. As you're told, I'm John Harrity from the Connecticut Roundtable for Climate and Jobs and the Machinists Union. We're here today marching with people all over the world to demand action on climate change. And I salute all of you for being here today. Give yourselves a hand. We demand action. Why? Because in plain English, climate change is the most crucial issue facing all of us for the rest of our lives. For the rest of our lives. Let that sink in. We know that if climate change is allowed to play out the way it is predicted now, it will be hell on earth. But we don't have to wait to see the results. Climate change is happening now. Around the globe, there's 22 million people that have been displaced by climate change. On the West Coast, wildfires are raging. In Connecticut this year, we've had 6 tornadoes. When was the last time we had 6 tornadoes in 1 year? Never. The Connecticut labor movement has struggled with this issue, but is gaining a new awareness, a new understanding of the seriousness of this threat. We all know that the fossil fuel economy cannot be sustained, but fossil fuel workers need a just transition to green jobs and new employment. We know too that for years and years, the impact of our dirty energy economy has fallen hardest on the poorest communities and people of color and the poorest regions of the earth. But you can't poison just one part of a fishbowl. Carbon in the atmosphere is choking the whole planet. And those destroying our atmosphere to get rich off of fossil fuels are unwilling or maybe unable to stop. They would let the earth wither away rather than stop gorging on their profits. We have to stop them. We have to stop them. There's scary consequences, but there's good news too. New technology is becoming available. Wind, solar, other renewable energy sources, electric cars and green mass transit are viable. We can eliminate the internal combustion engine. In Connecticut right now, we have 38,000 jobs related to renewable energy. That could be exponentially more if we turn to a green economy with a full commitment. One example is offshore wind, which will create hundreds of jobs for the Connecticut economy, and the new London Harbor has the potential to be a staging area for offshore wind projects from Maine to Virginia. Thousands of Connecticut jobs could be created in that process. A new grid, a new non-fossil fuel economy can be more decentralized, less exploitive, more democratic, with good jobs for all. But how do we get there? One big step is on election day, reject any candidate that does not have strong, aggressive plans to reduce carbon and fight climate change. Just stop them. Also on election day, vote yes on constitutional question number 1 to create a lockbox for transportation funds in Connecticut so that we can use that money for what it's intended to do to make transportation more efficient and get green transportation in here. But besides election day, beyond election day, we get to climate safety by never letting up, never forgetting or putting aside this issue, ignoring the pathetic, foul nonsense coming out of Washington these days. Climate change is here. It has to be dealt with. We can ignore it and reap a bitter harvest, or we can work for a better world. Tell me, do you choose a better world? Do you choose life over extinction? Are you willing to fight? Not just today, but for the rest of your life? Then we will win. Thank you.